Happy holidays, boys and girls. So today we're going to be making an ornament that looks like this. It's a three-dimensional one, so it kind of has different layers. So I suggest you put your pieces in order like this. The dot sky, the trees, the snowman, and the snowflake. There are teeny tiny pieces in this kit, so be careful when you're taking out the bag, especially the two arms and the carrot nose. Okay, so in order to make this, you're first going to be gluing things on to the snowman and the snowflake. So let's do the snowflake first. So you're going to get this glue. And remember, you just need a teeny tiny bit. Oh, let me open it all the way. You don't need to glob it on. And I just put a little bit on the tip so that it doesn't, peel up. And you're going to put it on. Okay. And then for Mr. Snowman, first thing you're going to do is you're going to glue the black piece to the back of him so that his eyes and buttons show up. Okay. Then we're going to put on his scarf. Okay, now for his hat, there's a teeny tiny strip of yellow, of what red. And if you want it exact, do you see how the ends of the red kind of slant a little bit? So you want it to be slanting downwards if you want a perfect fit. If you don't care, then don't worry about it, just stick it on. I put a little too much glue there. And then you're going to get the little bit of holly. And he's going to go on this side, but I'm sorry, let's put this on first. So I'm going to put the little snowman with his arms first. A little bit of glue. Let me stick one arm here. Oops. They're very small pieces. And it matches, so be sure you're flipping them the right way. So on there. One here. And sometimes it's hard to do with your fingers, so you can use a pencil like to help you push. I'm using my nail, but in case you don't have a nail, a long nail. And the snowman goes right on top. And then his hat. And like I said, it matches the white part underneath, so try to make it match. Oops. And now the holly, do you see this little white part sticking out? That's kind of a guide for you of where to put the holly. Ooh, it's wiggly. There we go. And then, of course, he needs a carrot nose. Ooh. Okay. Now, if you notice, all of the circles have a little mini circle at the top. That's where you're going to be putting the string or whatever you want to use to hang it on your tree. You might use one of those little hooks. So when you're gluing things, you want to be sure you line it up so that the holes are all on top of each other so that you'll have a nice place to put your string. Now, sometimes when I cut these out, some of the little white circles are still in there. Just poke it out with your finger or a pencil. Okay. Now, each of you are getting a bit of foam tape in your bag as well. you need to cut it into little pieces, about like this. It doesn't have to be perfect because no one's going to see it. It's going to be behind the circles. But cut them all into little pieces. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put it in order. So remember, it was sky, tree, snowman, snowflake. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put it on the tree. And I always put it on the back first. I'm going to put this on the back. You just peel off one side of the tape. And you want at least one on each, I guess, cardinal direction, north, south, east, west. Okay. And then you're going to peel off the tape on the other side now. Okay, and then like I said, remember you got to line up the little holes at the top. So I'm going to try to do that as best I can. Okay, and push that down. Then I'm going to do the snowman and then the snowflake. So same thing, I have my little pieces of tape. And try to put it in a different spot than you did on the layer before it, because then it won't be as uneven. I'm going to put this one up a little higher than the other one. Oops, what's this one doing? Okay. And you just want to be sure that it's not sticking out anywhere because you don't want them to be able to see it from the front. Oops. I'm having trouble taking off the paper on these. There we go. Okay, and then you take off the back. Oop, that one's sticking out too much. Let me move it down just a bit. There we go. Okay, then we're going to put the snowman. Remember, match the little hole on top. Oh, there we go. And I need to cut a few more pieces for my last one. Now, if you have extra foam at the end, then just go ahead and cut it and add it to any part of your ornament that looks like it's kind of droopy. I'll show you what I mean in just a sec. Actually, let me put this one here. This one's thicker. See, the bottom ones can be thicker because the snow is hiding it there. Oops. I think the hardest thing about this is pulling off the little papers. All right. Line up your little hole for the string. And you're going to put that in. And voila, there is your three-dimensional ornament. And like I said, if there's some part that's droopy, see how I kind of spaced out my tape? If you accidentally put them too close to each other, then just add the extra pieces wherever it's, kind of goes down. Like here, I could probably use another one if I wanted. And then at the bottom, maybe here. Okay, it's up to you. And there you go. Hope you have a happy holiday. We'll see you in January.